On this episode of Street Rat Garage, we are back at the Indiana Public Auction, and it is now officially tax season. Let's see what these cars go for. Well, tax season is here, yes, and it seems to be going a little bit slow, but this is the first auction of tax season that I have had the time to look at, but judging from what stuff is going for on Marketplace, it just doesn't seem to be exploding like it normally does. Now, there could be a couple reasons for that. Of course, inflation, economy, but remember when those people took out all those loans, those student loans and all that stuff? Well, they got to pay that back now. So a lot of those people are having to pay back their loans. Some of them are getting their tax refunds taken from them by Uncle Sam, and they don't have the money like they used to. But there's still going to be a vast majority of people that are probably going to have some money, just not as many as used to. Maybe not vast majority, maybe probably down to 75% or so. But that also creates another problem. The economy is not great yet, and well, a lot of people are losing their cars. They're not being able to pay for their car loans, their car payments, and the cars are going back. So they need something to drive, and they're going to need cheap stuff. Maybe not in the $7,000 or $8,000 range, maybe more in the $3,000 and below range. That's my thoughts on it. I think that's where you're going to get your best value, your best bang for your buck. Those lower dollar cars. So we're going to start the ball rolling off at this auction with this 2013 Cadillac Escalade. Now, this is the older version of it, so it should not go as high. This is a hybrid. I'm not really happy with the hybrids. They really don't get that much better gas mileage, and there's just more things to go wrong on it. But this is nice. The interior's in good shape. These always wear right here and right here real bad. And this one's actually in pretty good shape. The buttons are wore, so it has been used a lot. I guess they couldn't get, this is a fan, so a lot of fan jostling around there. That steering wheel's nice. The pedals wore just a little bit right there, but everything looks good on this. The back seat is in good condition. Everything looks nice. It's got tinted windows on it. The whole 9 yards. Let's have a peek underneath the hood here. And all this hybrid stuff, that's what scares me. I can't remember, and it doesn't say, the tag's gone. I can't remember if these still have the 6.0 in them instead of the 6.2 in these years. So if anybody knows, you can tell me. I was thinking that some of the hybrids had the 6.0, where just the gasoline ones had the 6.2 in it. But, I mean, it's a regular LS engine. Besides that, it just has that hybrid system. I really don't think it matters that much on that. But this is clean. They really clean this up. It's kind of unusual to see at this auction that somebody went through and actually detailed this really good. This is actually one of the nicer ones here. So I like it that it's nice and clean, but I also don't like it because it's nice and clean and it's gonna raise the price up there a little bit. That door wasn't shut, but you just got to check the rockers and make sure there's no rust. Oh, this has got the running boards that flip down too, so you got to make sure those work as well. This is really nice. Looks like it's been just touched a little bit right here, and let's see, there's some scarring right here, so maybe, and there's some scarring here, so maybe it got hit a little bit right in this corner. That's what I'm guessing. So, but that's not bad, no big deal. If this goes under $3,000, it should be a pretty good deal. Missing the center cap there. They cleaned it up real good, but they didn't put the center caps back on there. You can get those from Amazon really cheap. But overall, this is a nice truck. I would like to give $3,000 for it, but for some reason I think that it's going to go a little bit higher. So it all depends on what tax time is looking at. This auction is going to give us our first glimpse into how the market's going to go. Is it going to go high or is it going to go low? We'll have to find that out. Wow, check this out. It is not for sale, or at least I don't see it at this auction, but man, it should come up for sale. I think this is an old fire truck, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this had some sort of logo on it right here, and it's dressed in the old traditional Indiana Fire Department colors. It would have had ladders right here and storage boxes for, you know, whatever. These are all, actually they're all locked up. I don't know what's in there. Tow straps, big hitch on the back. Man, I like this. Oh, come on, open up. There she goes. Oh, it's got an ATV in the back of it. Really? You get that too? That'd be awesome. I bet that won't be in there when it goes up for sale. It's like it was abandoned somewhere. And they do charity auctions here, so this might have been like a charity donation vehicle. But look at this quad cab dually. I bet money that it has a big block in it. Look at this. That is that's a mess. I bet this runs. Let's see if it has a big block in it. It's a little bit older, or a little bit newer, 80s, 80 something. Nope, it's a small block. Man, this monster has a small block in it. Wonder if it's at least a 400. I don't see it. Surely that'd be at least a 400, man. Yeah, that's sad it doesn't have a big block in it. Got the hydro boost in it. I don't like those. Had a AC compressor. Kind of looks aftermarket, really. It has a bigger, oh, is that the, what's that? No, that's a smog pump. I thought it had some sort of generator on it. Look at all the tubing on that. That's crazy. Maybe this will tell us what engine it has in it. Nope, just a 350, 5.7. It's like somebody was trying to get it started. Man, I'd like to do a will it run on this. Rat's nest right there. Looks like it's been sitting in a barn. It's so dusty. What's this say? This is a number on it. I don't know what this means. We're gonna have to ask him inside about this one. Really liking this deal. We need this. I'm gonna come right back over here by this Cadillac, and there was a Tahoe sitting right here. It's an older one. It's a 05, I think it is. But sticking with the possibility of tax season isn't going to be great and people aren't going to have a whole bunch of money this time around. Maybe something like this. It looks like it has 140, is that a 4 or is that a 9? I can't tell. It looks like 141,000 miles on it. But it's rusty. Look how rusty it is. Looks like, yeah, the rockers are gone on it. She has a flat tire. Let's see what it looks like on the inside. Not bad. Same thing on the seats. They wear here real bad on these because of this big old bolster that it has right there. Now this is more like what we normally see at this auction. It's just dirty and it doesn't smell so good. It kind of smells like this if you threw it in a trash can of rotted food. But yeah, it's pretty bad in here. But this is one that can be cleaned up. It should have a 5.3 in it, of course, and those things run for a long time with only 100 and what I say 40 or 60. It's under 200,000 miles. As long as it's under 200,000 miles, man, these things just run. It's the transmissions you have to worry about. They have the 4L60E transmissions. They're not great. So That will be your only concern on a vehicle like this. Okay, I don't want to say your only concern because these do have another flaw on them, and frame rust. So we're going to crawl underneath here and start at the back because they like to rust out by the shock towers right here. This one's just flaky and it's still solid. And the brake lines also rust. You can see that brake line right there. That's already been replaced because it rusted out once already. Oh yeah, I had the fuel lines too. I guess there's a few things you have to worry about on these trucks. It's just rust though. If you don't live in the Midwest, you really don't have to worry about it. They're great, but rust is definitely an issue. Let's look at these rockers right here and look how bad this is. I mean, it's pretty bad. Yeah, all the way up through there. But we crawl underneath here and we look at this frame, which is really dark and you can't see. And here's the emergency brake cable that's actually rusted into. So that's why we have to look at all this stuff. And the frame's rust like right here in the middle too, more towards the front. This one's got some scaling on it, but it's still in good shape. So fortunately, it seems to have some oil leaks, and may be helping it a little bit. But this is definitely one that is still good, but it's getting there. All right, we're coming up on another one that probably is going to be a gamble right now. It's a toy. It's a summer car. But it is this, what year is this? I can't even see it on there. Z28. So she's going to be a V8 car. Let's see if I can find the year. It is a 1993. It seems like we've seen this one before. Apparently it didn't sell. Oh, the hood. There it goes. Didn't think the hood hinges were working. That's clean underneath too. I'm pretty sure we've seen this one in a previous video. And yeah, she just didn't sell. I'm going to say this belongs to a dealer that's probably waiting till like right now to sell this because it's tax season. So depending on how long he's had this, may want a little bit of cash on it. Now, I'm pretty sure we've seen this one before. It's pretty nice on the inside. It needs a little sprucing up, but it's been mildly cleaned on. Is this well, it's not a T-top or a Targa top or whatever, but it just has some trim issues. Has this been repainted? Yeah, it looks like there's been some paint. So I wonder if this has been wrecked or anything. Oh, it's hard to tell. If it's been wrecked, it's been body work pretty good. I can't really see anything. Well, how about here? This alignment's off on this trunk with the size of the gap there and how it sticks out a little bit right there. So I'm thinking maybe took a little damage in that quarter panel probably a long time ago. Yeah, that's even. So looks like she got hit over here ish, I would say, knocking that trim loose. And that may have never got put back on. So a little bit of an accident, but was repaired pretty good. The rest of the body lines are in good shape. This is not a bad car. $4,000 maybe. I think they're going to want more now that it's tax time. That's the problem. This is the first, I think the first auction of tax season. And I think people are going to hold out and try to get as much money as they can, trying to see if this is going to be a big money sale or a low money sale. So we're going to have to figure that out. I like that Volkswagen there, that convertible, but it's not up for sale at this auction at this time. Well, it's coming up later. So maybe we can check that out at a different time. Now this is going to be the time to buy your boring, average, run-of-the-mill cars, your A to B cars, your soccer mom type car, something like this, something cheap. This is a Chevy Trax. Trax, is that was how you say it? Trax, I think. 156,000 miles on it. It's a 16. I think these are probably just 4-bangers, I don't know. But this is going to be what you're going to be looking for. Yeah, this one definitely was in an accident. Look at that. Let's see if we can discern where this one was hit from. So the fender's sticking out in this direction, so that means the hit came from this way. And this paint looks really good on this hood, so that means it was hit going this-ish way. And if we can see here, there's overspray. This grill is pushed back. There's too big of a gap here. This doesn't align properly, so this headlight has got overspray on this too. Actually, why is that so? I don't know if that's overspray or that's chipped. I think this is the original headlight and it's chipped. So it got hit sort of like this, boom, right in this direction. This is messed up. So yeah, this was not put together good at all. That means we need to look at the inner structure of this vehicle. Is the core support bent up? Is there any damage underneath the hood? We're going to want to know that. So let's look underneath the hood and see what's going on. Check that out. I didn't see that one either. It's bent too, so it's got a dimple there. So I'm guessing more front end. It kind of pushed it up and over, so maybe more in this area right here. So let's look underneath this hood, see what we got going on here. Oh, look, there's even overspray on the hood prop rod. So we were definitely in here doing something. Okay, core support, is it damaged? It actually looks pretty good. Pretty good core support, but what's missing here? I think there's a panel that goes over here that's gone. Well, there's a sheet metal screw here. So that means there's a misalignment because they didn't put the original bolts back in where they go. Sheet metal screw. These are a couple failed attempts apparently. So this is off. So we can't see that the core support's damaged, but for some reason this structure is misaligned. So you're gonna want to keep that in mind. I just can't see any damage here. Yeah, this is not great, but it's solid. So it just was not done. Now, I'd be worried about some alignment issues with the wheels. I mean, it doesn't look like they would have went and had this realigned after the accident if it was shoved out of alignment. So let's look at the tires and make sure they're not balding on the sides. Okay, now we come down here and we look at these tires. They're wore pretty good on the inside, more tread on the outside. Now, the trick is we need to come back here and look at the back tires. The back tire is also really worn on the outside. So these have been rotated around. So that makes me think that the front end is out of alignment on this car, and they've already taken the fronts and put them on the back and drove them until they were wore out pretty good. Same thing over here. And this one actually is not as bad. So I think that's a replacement tire there. Well, okay. Now this one I would probably pass on because there's something weird going on. It might just be an alignment issue. Could be something else. And look at the gap. You can actually see the inner structure there. That gap is so pushed up right there and right there. Yeah, there's something going on with this. Now, I might be unpopular for saying I like this. I like it for selling, buying and selling, because yeah, not a lot of people like to buy these, but a lot of people like to, not a lot of people like to, purchase these as a flip vehicle, but a lot of people like to buy them as a good transportation vehicle. This is the old Dodge Caravan, the Plymouth Voyager Dodge Caravan. As this is an '09 and it has like 150,000 miles on it. And I've bought these, the older ones actually, from govdeals.com, the state, and man, they run good. They're not fancy at all. They have minimal, amenities in them. This one's actually locked up, but it is in really good shape and it's really clean on the inside. But there's not a whole lot of those crazy electronics on these vehicles, which I think really gives you all your problems. People are going away from those electronics. They don't want all that computer junk on their vehicles anymore. Something plain and simple that just runs and drives and it's reliable. These are actually good. I hate to say it, but I like these. You can't have the new ones, but the older ones, they're just fine. That's exactly what you want to buy for tax season. Matter of fact, here's another one right here. This one's older. It's an '05. It's 4 years older, but this is a body style I usually buy. See, the headlights are a little bit different on this one. It says sold on it. I wonder if somebody bought this at a different auction and brought it over here to this one. But these are good running vehicles, but they do have a tendency to rust. These older body styles like that, but people will still buy those. I have zero issues selling these at a reasonable price, of course. I would want to pay less than $1,000 for this one, and then resell it for tax time about $1,500, maybe $1,700 at the most. But you can make some money. Definitely buy something like that. Oh, wait a minute, we're not done yet. I forgot to look it over. I mean, this is actually something that I will consider buying. They always have good seats. These seats are flatter and they're not worn out nearly as bad as like the Chevy Trax. These always have good interiors in them, unless somebody's just super messy. But it's nice on the inside. I mean, there's a lot of buttons, but they're more analog buttons really than do anything fancy. This headliners usually sag on them. That's a problem. Look at all that storage space though. This should have a V6 engine in it. Pull the lever. Yeah, it's got the 3.8 liter V6 in it. These engines they're just fine. I've bought a couple of them that both had well over 200,000 miles on them, and they run great. I mean, it's no big deal. These are super easy to work on. Look at all the space. I mean, for a front-wheel drive car, you can get back there and change the back spark plugs. That's pretty awesome. So yeah, we'll look at these Dodges and see what they go for. All right, it is Ford time. You can never go wrong with a Ford Ranger. I bought one of these. Actually, I still have it, and I haven't put it up for sale because I kind of like it. It's a good all-around truck. Gets good gas mileage. Is this a stick shift? Nope, this is automatic. I like the stick shifts, but the seat's a little torn up. You can get these seats super cheap at the salvage yard. It only needs one, and it's got it only has 116,000 miles on it. Man, this is a deal, and it has roll-up windows. Remember what I said about people liking the low-tech stuff? There you go, right there. This one has hail damage on it, but it's pretty good up here. That's not good. I mean, you can go to the junkyard and get a color matching hood for this for cheap, and that'd take care of like half of your problem right there. It's got some rust on it. I would buy this and I'd try to make this look good. Change the bumper, change the hood, the fender too. Then I'd start to get into some money because the bed's messed up. Then you know what? I would just leave it just like that and clean it up and sell it. Again, if you can get this under $1,000 or real close to it, it's a $1,500 truck. It should be during tax season right here. But automatic transmission, probably has the V6 in it, and people buy those Ford Rangers. They love those. I mean, how good is this one right here? This is actually really good shape. I mean, rockers, solid. Bed solid. There's a little bit of paint bubbling right here. I don't know what's going on with this rim, but That's ugly. But the rest of it, man, that's good shape. Oh, there's a matching rim right there. Looks like two of them. This is really nice truck. Yeah, it's got some spares on it. These, I don't know, these tires look okay, but man, this is really nice. I think it's a 5-speed truck. Let's check that out on the inside. Oh, the interior is nice too. Man, that's good interior. Sweet. Yeah, she's a 5-speed, stick shift flavor, anti-theft device for, you know, millennials and Gen Zs. Yeah, this is nice. A 4-cylinder 2200. Yeah, this is in good shape. Looks like the AC compressor's been, or condenser's been changed. Probably the compressor too. So somebody's been taking care of this. Oh, we're definitely going to look and see how much this goes for. Square body, and he said it's probably going to go through next week. So we're definitely going to keep our eye on this one. He said it was from a small police department and it was impounded. So they said it took a couple years for the case to go through and to get finished up. So apparently this guy went to jail. So that means this was a running vehicle. The vehicle got impounded while he was driving it. He went to jail. His case is just settled, and it's been forfeited by the police department. So it's theirs now. They're going to sell it off, get their money, and I'm guessing he was probably arrested for maybe stealing stuff. I don't know. Maybe this was a stolen item or something that hopefully goes with it. So we may be getting a 2-for-1 if we can get a hold of this. I'm thinking $1,000, $1,500. I mean, it looks awful. The guy at the auction doesn't think it'll go for very much himself, but I think it'll go for a little bit more. See, it was sealed up. So does that say? I hope that doesn't say 2010. 630 a 10. Maybe it was sitting a lot longer than we thought, but they said a couple of years. And I hope that's a candy bar melted in there. We're gonna definitely keep our eye on this one. It is it's getting a little chilly out there. I mean, it's not bad, but I'm getting a little cold, and we have some roadside assisting to do. So we're gonna cut it off there. We're gonna run inside and see what this stuff is going for. Let's go. All right, we are back inside and the auction has begun, and the first car up for bids, it's a couple down here. Actually, it's only one down. It's gonna be our 2013 Cadillac Escalade. So let's jump in here and have a look at that real quick. All right, the bids are already zooming up. Whoa, well, look at it go. 5, 5.3, 5, it's 5.5, 5.6, 5.8. This is gonna go a lot higher than I thought it was gonna go. 5.9, $6,000. Wow, on the old Escalade hybrid, $6,200. Look at it go, dude. 6.4. I'm looking for 6.5 on a 2013. How many miles were on that? I can't remember. It was okay miles, I think. Still under the money. Where are the miles at on this? I can't remember. Where are the miles? Where are the miles? There they are. 160. That's a little bit high. $6,700 going once. Let's see if it's going to sell for that. But it was a pretty good looking truck though. I don't know if I want to give $6,700 for it. That seems a bit high. And it didn't sell. $6,700 and it didn't even sell. Incredible. Wow. Well, we are off to a high dollar start so far. I'm guessing the way it looks so far, things are gonna pick up and prices are gonna go high. So maybe this is the time to sell your vehicle instead of buying your vehicle. Over $6,000, 6.7 was it? And they didn't even sell it for that kind of money. What could they want for that? Like 7,000, 8,000, maybe 9,000, even more. That would be way too much money. But like I said before, it's tax season and people are coming out with money and the dealers are going to expect them to bid high. But are they going to bid high? I would say that was fairly high for that vehicle, and I would have probably sold it. So let's move on to the next item up for bid, and it is our 1993 Chevy Camaro Z28 with the automatic transmission, the 5.7 two-port fuel-injected engine. Those cars are really becoming popular. Let's see what it goes for. All right, here is our Camaro, and it is zipping right on up there. Look at her go. They should just have a box to where you can add your maximum bid, and it just jumps right up there instead of running all the way through this like this. So we'll just sit here for a second and watch the bids skyrocket on this one. Still, $3,100 is a good deal for it. I would say this is, I don't know, $4,000 car.
Tax time coming.
You hear tax time coming. They know it too. $3,200.
About to close.
I don't think it's going to sell for that kind of money. I'm thinking $4,000, $4,500 they're going to want for this.
I want $3,800.
But $3,700 at the auction should be about right. Oh, here it comes, coming up on $4,000. There it goes, $4,000. They might sell it this time. If it hits 4.5, I would say, yeah, they're going to sell it. $4,400. One more bid, and I think they're going to be on it.
We're not there yet. Going once for $4,400.
$4,400 going once. I want to see them hit it one more time.
Just one more time. Going twice for $4,400.
$4,400.
You know it's worth more than that.
Yeah. Let's see. It's getting ready to go.
No sale. The reserve
Nope.
was not met.
Still no sale on that one. So maybe it wasn't $4,500 or whatever. They probably want more, because if it was that close, I think they would put it on if sale. I don't know for sure on the online auction, but I would think if it gets in within probably, $500, $1,000 or something, that they would put an if bid on it. So if you get close, if bid, they'll call the seller and tell them that the buyer is offering this much money, and see if they want to counter offer and go back and forth, maybe make a deal. But apparently it's too far off to even do that. So $6,000 maybe? I don't know. It's a nice car, but it's an auction. So you can't get retail prices at an auction, or at least you're not supposed to, but tax time, sometimes you do. All right, next up we have that rusty Suburban. Was Suburban? No, it was a Tahoe. Let's look at that. So it's at $725 so far. How many miles did that have on it? Only 141,000. Oh, they're starting to bid on it. $1,500 so far.
Full-size SUV.
It's not bad, but it's
to close.
starting to get a little high. I'm interested to see if they're going to sell it for this kind of money.
Full-size SUV.
The interior was pretty decent on it. It's just the rust on the bottom of it. And yeah, it just had the rust. Had that low tire on it too, for whatever reason.
Don't lose it over $25.
$1,525. Let's see if they let it go. Well, they do show pictures of the frame, don't they? Nope, no sale. $1,525, and it did not get sold. That's a shame. We're not doing good so far. Nothing has sold. Well, nothing that we looked at sold. There's some cars going in between here and there, some of the lesser cars that have sold. So I think we're at about 50% so far on what has sold and what has not sold. So yeah, the people are going to want some good money for it. They think the tax season is here. I'm thinking it's a little weak. I think I'm going in that direction from what I've been looking at. Maybe give it another week or so. Maybe it starts to come up. I mean, this might be an early tax season. We might only have February and part of March. So let's jump back in here and see what we have coming up. Oh, we have the Chevy Trax coming up. The one that was had all misaligned and been wrecked and all that other fun stuff. Let's look at this one. All right, they're trying to get they got an $1,100 bid on it right now, pre-bid, I guess. And they want $1,200 and
$1,200.
Nobody's bidding on it. Let's see what they show in the pictures here. See if they show any of that damage. 156,000 miles. Well, they got 1,200 bucks on it. I would sell this one if I was them. Here we go. There's some, there's a little bit of damage that they're showing on it, but that seems to be about it. There's definitely more damage than that. $1,400 on it so far. If anything sells, I'm going to say this one sells. If it makes it up to, it's already past 1,500 bucks. I don't know. I don't know if they'll sell it for 1,600. I think if it gets up to 2,000, they're going to sell it. It's almost there. $1,800 now. They're $1,900. They haven't lowered the bid increments yet, so sometimes they lower it down to $25, and maybe it'll get a few more bids off of that. And you know, online it looks like it's in really good condition, but if we blow it up, you can see the gaps right there. Look at that gap. Look how uneven that is. So you can, if you know what to look for, you can see it online. But oh, there it is, $2,000. Let's see if they sell this. I have a feeling that they probably will, but I don't know. Depends on the greed of the seller.
Give me new bid $2,100.
Oh, let's see, what's it say down here?
New bid $2,200.
Running vehicle. Oh, look, total loss, salvage title, rebuilt title, true miles unknown.
Going twice for $2,000.
So
it's got to be worth
it's
more
in
than
the
that.
it's in the report here that it has a salvage title and a rebuilt title. So definitely, we definitely know it's gone through the insurance company, was totaled out, somebody bought it. Nope, they didn't sell it. 2,200 bucks, and they did not sell that.
Next item.
Wow.
Chevrolet Trax.
Well, it looks like they are holding out hope as well. Another no sell. Not even an if on that one. So not even, I guess we're not even close for that. Wrecked, rebuilt title, body lines off, sheet metal screws holding the fascia up, car. Yeah, so let's see what else we have. Okay, let me jump in here real quick. Let's look at this Durango. We did not look at it, but it says selling all the way, so they're going to sell this one at least. We can see something. It says running, driving vehicle,
Going twice for $575.
title,
Last bid gets
airbags have been deployed in 08. So it says it runs and drives. It has 273,000 miles on it, and they only have a bid of $575 on it right now. And I don't see anything. Windshield crack, body poor, dents. There we go. It's $575.
Next item.
Well, I guess that wasn't bad. Now we have our van up for sale. This is our 05 Dodge Caravan. You know, I like these guys right here.
About to close.
Running, driving, family van, wear and
$600.
tear, and nothing, doesn't look like anything bad about this one. Check engine lights on.
Van buyers only.
Rust,
New bid $600.
running.
You'll be sorry if you stop bidding on this one.
This one might go cheap.
Bulletproof.
If that Dodge Durango went,
New bid $700.
this one might go cheap
Selling all
too.
the way.
I think the last one I bought like this was, I only paid like 500 bucks for it. These usually go pretty cheap. It has a good interior in it though. I like that. And they always get this rust right here. That looks pretty nasty, doesn't it? But you know, now it's starting to go up. But this will sell $1,200 to $1,500 all day long, even with the rust. So we're at $775. We're gonna have about, I don't know, $300 in auction fees, I guess, on that one.
Next item.
Well, here's our other van. So that wasn't a bad deal. A little bit more than I want to give on it, but still pretty decent. So let's see. Let's see what our newer model brings. It's definitely going to go a bit more. But hopefully with tax season coming up, and as nice as this is, I would think it would bring, I don't know, maybe three grand, $3,500. This is actually a pretty nice van right here. But it's already up to almost oh, they're going to sell it. So and we got another one that's going to sell. So what's that going to be, like three in a row for us? Counting the Dodge Durango we didn't actually look at.
Last bid gets it.
So
buyers only.
1950.
Sold for
There it goes,
$1,950.
1950. Nice. Well, now we're
Item,
starting to make
2005 Ford
tracks.
Escape. Give me 600.
I was starting to get a little worried there that we weren't going to see any that were actually going to sell. But yeah, Dodge products, they're cheap to buy. And if they've been taken care of, they're pretty good. The vans seem to do pretty good. The trucks, probably not as good. 4.7s, the 5.7 engine often develops a Hemi tick in it. I know pretty much anything with a 7 is not that great. Do they have a 3.7? I think they have a 3.7 as well. Something like that. But the engines in the van, they run really good. The transmissions seem to hold up pretty good, and I haven't had any problems with the Caravans or the Voyagers that I've bought. Good vehicles. Now up next is our Ford Ranger. Yes, our Ford Ranger. I kind of like this one. I don't think, what did I say? If it goes under $1,000, it'd be a good deal. Sell it for, I can't remember, $1,500, $1,750, something like that. So let's look at the old Ford Ranger real quick. All right, they got a current bid of $525. Really? Is there anything wrong with that? Running vehicle. Oh, it's starting to bid now. Okay. Everything looks okay. Possible frame, possible rust. That's a little bit scary. We didn't look underneath of that one, so I guess we're not going to bid on that one. But it's almost at the $1,000 mark, $825. If it stays underneath this mark, it should be good. How many miles were on this? Oh, well, what happened? Boy, that seemed to be they seemed to rush that one. Well, I guess they weren't gonna sell it for under $1,000 after all. But if it has some frame rust, I think I would have sold it for whatever it brought and been happy about it. So yeah, make sure to check these listings and make sure they haven't listed any frame damage or any frame rust and anything like that. That gets a little bit sticky. You don't want to sell somebody a car that has frame rust on it.
$1,000.
All right, we have our GMC Sonoma, the 2000. Let's have a quick look at that one real quick. Well,
$1,200.
they have $1,100, looking for $1,200 on that one. I don't think no way they're gonna sell it for that kind of money. That's crazy.
It's got to be worth more
This
than
is awesome. Has a little 4-cylinder with a 5-speed, good gas mileage, real clean body on
that.
it.
About to close.
No, this
I'll
is
wait
a
for you.
this
I
is a
need
nice truck.
$1,500.
I didn't look at the
Sorry,
frame
stop
on
bidding
this
on this
one,
one.
but they got some pictures here at
know you
least
want to.
that we can look
I
at the
want
frame, and it looks
$1,500.
like it's in
And
pretty
then
good
increments
shape.
$25.
$1,400 on it.
$25.
They're not going to sell this. There's just
It's
no
got to be
way.
worth more than that.
These things are kind of pricey.
Wants for $1,400.
Maybe the stick shifts aren't as much, but
Asking for $1,425.
definitely going to sell for more than that. This is going to be a
Just one more
no
time.
sell.
Going twice for
$1,400. Let's see what
Jump in at
happens.
any time.
He's getting ready to
$1,425.
go here. Well,
I
almost
need
getting ready to go.
$1,450.
It's just those tires, man. Those funky rims that are on the back
Don't
of
lose
this
it over
thing.
$25. Going twice for $1,425.
They should have put those
Sorry if you stop
other
bidding on this
wheels
one.
on there to make it
Asking
look
for
better. These are
$1,450.
Sonoma.
Selling all the way.
Uh-oh, $1,400, and now they're selling it. Man, that's a
Going
good
twice
deal.
for
I wish I looked this
$1,425.
one over better. I really, really like this one.
New bid $1,450.
$1,450. They're going to sell that thing, and then somebody's going to get a
Going
good
twice
deal.
for $1,450.
I would say this is going to be the deal of the auction right here. If it doesn't, nobody bids up any more than that.
Smart buyers are going twice for
Going twice.
$1,475.
I want to hit that button so bad, but I didn't look it over.
This doesn't make any sense. Sold for
There it goes.
$1,475.
$1,475. The deal of the auction right there, friends. So we are definitely going to have to do more research on our vehicles when we go out there, because sometimes a super deal just pops up and you're like, man, I wish I would have checked that out a lot better. So next time we go out there, we're going to have to make a detailed list, grab some keys, start some stuff up, crawl around underneath these things and really check them out even better. I mean, even if that has some issues, $1,500 for that. I mean, there's going to be about $350 worth of auction fees on it too. Don't forget about that, and taxes, all that other good stuff. But tax time on a clean GMC Sonoma, slap those rims back on it, clean it up real good. Man, I bet that'll bring $4,500, maybe even $5,000 if it's that great. If there's no rust, if it hasn't been repaired, if it hasn't been wrecked, all those buts, it could bring really good money. So that is our last car. So we're going to get back out there later and do some more detailed inspections on these vehicles. So that is going to wrap it up for this episode of Street Rag Garage. Until next time.